Hello, and thank you for coming. I'm John Green, Sales Engineer with ProStar Geocorp. We are a software developer based in Grand Junction, Colorado, providing a geospatial data collection and management software suite for the engineering, survey, and construction industries. In particular, our PointMan mobile app has been catching fire in the utility locate and damage prevention communities. Joining me are two industry experts from the ProStar team, Ben Scogan and Dan Colby. They'll be giving an overview of the industry landscape, how our software is addressing the current problems within the utility locating process, and a quick demo walking through the process of data collection using our PointMan mobile app. We'll get started with a short video that summarizes the challenge of damage prevention and how PointMan fits in the solution. Dan will give a general overview of the mobile and cloud technology platforms that we use, and Ben will show you how simple it is to perform professional-grade utility locates and share them instantly with photos, sketches, or auto-populated forms right from the field. After that, I'll be back to moderate a question and answer session. Please type your questions into the webinar chat system, and we'll get to as many as we have time for. Any questions that we do not have time to get to will be addressed through personal follow-up emails and calls from the ProStar team. With that, I'll toss it to Dan to get us started. Dan?
Thanks, John. Welcome again, and thank you all again for joining. My name is Dan Colby, and I am the Vice President of Product Marketing and Strategy here at ProStar Geocorp. Today's webinar, Next Gen Locates, we're going to be focusing on mobile and cloud technologies. As you can see from the slide, we're focusing on PointMan and Transparent Earth. I'm not going to read the slide verbatim, but I am going to touch on a few points. One thing you're going to hear a lot from ProStar is that we use the term making the world transparent. What does that mean to us, right? It means two things, really. It means being able to visualize what's beneath the surface, and it also means the ability to share and communicate that data, or what we call the transparency of information. Mobile and cloud technologies are prevalent in our everyday lives. For example, we text each other and we message each other every day. We use weather. We use navigation systems in our cars. We use directions using Google Maps. Today, society in general, we're in the communication age. We demand information instantaneously, really. And not only does society expect it, but it demands it. Many industries leverage it, while others have been slow to adopt it. Focusing on the damage prevention industry, unfortunately, we are one of those industries that's been slow to adopt mobile and cloud technologies. For example, in our industry, we have thousands of locates that happen per day. And many times we're locating the same areas over and over. And the question's why? Our current process of locating is placing temporary marks, flags and paint, and then moving on to the next one. These markings are temporary by nature, as we know. The minute we move earth, or kids come by and pick up the flags, those markings are gone forever. The goal is to not only capture these locates, but to also make them permanent. To be able to create a recording or a manifest of what occurred. Being able to capture that data in real time and communicating it back to those who need it instantaneously is key. And it really all boils down to the data and the quality of that information. So you're going to hear a lot about what we call precision and pedigree. This is the data about the data, and it's key to making dig or no dig decisions. So to kickstart this presentation, we're going to show you a short clip that introduces you to the industry challenge and how ProStar Geocorp addresses it using mobile and cloud technologies.
There are 2 million miles of underground utilities in North America, and every minute of every working day, someone is hitting one of those lines and damaging it. Often, it's a minimal damage, like a coating damage. Sometimes it's a rupture, and you get product release, such as oil or gas. So now there's pressure for owners to update their records, make them accurate, and get people safe again.
What it enables us to do is to locate the lines and store those positions automatically in the field.
That's the big value here. With the old process, we go to a location, we find the assets, and paint the ground so that the excavator can see where the buried assets are and not damage them. Realistically though, it's still a broken process. If the records are wrong, there's no easy way to get accurate data back to the owner so they can fix their records. PointMan changes that.
All it takes is 4 easy steps. Step 1, perform the locate indicated on the ground. Step 2, capture that point while we're performing the locate. Step 3, submit it to the utility owners so they can review. Step 4, drawings are updated.
Which means we just take a locate tool and the locate process that's used today. We couple those to a GPS receiver so that during the locate process, we capture the precise location of the assets. It's intuitive. It's simple, it's easy, it's quick.
It is a natural progression of the industry to update records using this technology.
Now with these modern tools, we can create that permanent record at very little additional cost, and it adds huge value to that locate process and really makes a difference in helping keep people safe. And really, keeping people safe is what this business is all about.
PointMan, making the world a safer place.
Now here's Ben to show us how the locating process works on the PointMan mobile app.
To perform a locate using PointMan, we will have already paired our GPS unit and our pipe locator to the tablet. You can check this by tapping the upper left-hand corner to go to Settings and verify that your GPS and your locator are both selected. Notice I specified an antenna height of 2 meters because I'm using a standard survey pole. This can be set to feet as well. To actually perform the locate, on the top right corner we will tap the New button, select the feature that we want to use, and tap OK. Notice on the top right corner the accuracy to 3 decimal places as well as the locate tool are both tracked. To start the first locate, point, you can either tap the capture button on the tablet or you can use the pipe locator tool through Bluetooth. So for this I'm going to actually use the tool. On the top right corner you notice that I just captured a depth, a current, and a frequency, and now I'll just walk this line. As I walk, you'll notice the length in the center of the screen continues to expand as I walk. Right around 10 meters, I'll stop and take another reading. We just captured another reading and we'll keep walking. Right around 20 meters, I'll stop and I'll take another reading. To finish out a line, on the bottom right, tap the Finish button. Your line is now done. In order to see the line, turn on the layer with the lower left-hand button, PointMan Lines, and close the layer panel. Now as you can see, we've got a line in this parking lot. If I tap on the line, I can then tap Pedigree to break out each point along the line and use the previous and next buttons to cycle through. From here, I can actually hit the Send button to export this out. Or, if I need to move the line, I can tap the Move button, use the previous and next buttons to get to the point where I want to move, and then turn on GPS. Notice that it pulled that section of the line to my current location. So if I start walking, it will move that point along the line as I move. So I'll stop right about in the middle and hit Finish again.
Now that we've captured the locates, Ben will show how we can move these features using PointMan.
Once the line is captured, I can move it by simply tapping on the feature and tapping the Move button. Turning on GPS will move that point to where I currently am. So now, as I walk, the point along this line that I selected is moving with me. When I'm ready, tap the Capture button. And now, I can continue to walk and add more sections to this line. Notice you have a length for each individual line and a total length. Tap capture and finish.
Let's look at precision and pedigree behind our PointMan data.
Once you've captured a set of utilities, you can easily go back and check the attributes, or as we call the precision and pedigree, by simply tapping on a feature on the map, and at the bottom toolbar, tapping the Details button. As you can see, we have a link to the image, as well as the pedigree section, which breaks down all of the attribute fields. Everything from accuracy, both horizontal and vertical, satellite residuals, locate tool information, as well as the version of PointMan that was used and the user that did the locates is all captured. To do a line feature, simply tap on the line and then tap the pedigree button at the bottom. What this does is breaks the line into the sections that were located so that the user can see each section in detail. At the bottom right, if you tap the maximize button on the pedigree window, you can bring up the information to view. Additionally, by moving the map slightly so that you can see your line, you can use the previous and next buttons at the bottom to cycle through each point along that line and see the attributes for each point.
Photos, sketches, and forms in PointMan.
Creating photos in PointMan is easy. From the top right corner, tap the New button, and you'll notice that for every system value, there is a corresponding photo. Once the photo is created, the user can mark up the photo with notes, embed the compass, and add lines and valve icons. Creating sketches is also simple. From the New button, in the System drop-down, select Sketch. A map image will take a screenshot of the current map view with all of the associated layers turned on. Once the sketch is created, the user can mark up the sketch with notes, can circle features, and those circling features can be color-coded to the specific utility's color. Again, it's the same as a photo. A sketch can have the layers turned on to show the appropriate data for that area. Forms can be created in PointMan as well. From the New button, in the System drop-down, simply select Form and Document. The list of forms available will populate. Once the form is created, the user can come in and add their information, as well as sketches of the map area, and embed photos. These photos can be marked up the same as other photos. Compasses can be embedded as well. To send data out of the system, the user can simply tap on a feature and tap the Send button at the bottom of the screen. From here, the Show More button will pull from the current map window. On the next screen, the user is presented with the file types that are supported. Once the user taps OK, PointMan will automatically generate the attachments and create the export. By simply selecting the email app, the user is presented with an email that's pre-populated with all of the attachments, as well as the pedigree and metadata for each feature. The user can simply type in a recipient and send it away. Notice at the bottom of the email, files have been attached, including images, PDFs, KMLs, KMZs, shape files, and CSVs.
Now Ben will show how the data collected in the field with a PointMan app is streamed to the cloud and can be viewed in real time on our Transparent Earth desktop software.
The information viewable in PointMan is also available in Transparent Earth. On the top left corner, by turning on the layer panel and opening field data collection, the user has access to all the PointMan layers. We can turn on PointMan points, lines, and forms, and then close the layer panel. With the information button selected, the user can click on a line to view its properties. From here, lines can be moved, deleted, edited, or sent to other users in the Transparent Earth system. To view the pedigree, simply turn on the PointMan tools at the top toolbar, and then check the pedigree button. Then click the line on, and you'll notice that the same attributes are available from PointMan in the web dashboard. The previous and next buttons can be used to cycle through points along the line. Click Close to finish. Reactivating the Attribute Information button, the user can click on a photo. Notice the link, as well as the attributes, and an image preview. The image opens in a new tab. The same goes for sketches. By clicking it on, you'll notice you have a link, attributes, and a screen preview. The sketch opens in a new tab. For eForms, simply click on the eForm. Notice the link, the attributes available, as well as the fields that were filled in, and the form opens in our eForm viewer. The user can scroll through, make any edits necessary, as well as view the sketches and photos that were embedded into the eForm. This form can be downloaded by simply clicking the download button, and the download will appear in the bottom left.
Hey everybody, Ben here again. Just wanted to go over some of the information we just saw in the video, and then we'll go to part 2 of our series announcement and some Q&A section here for everyone to submit their questions and comments. I want to point out the fact that PointMan is very user-friendly, easy to use, but most importantly, it integrates with current generation GPS and locate devices for use in the field via a simple Bluetooth connection. But also more importantly than that even is the fact that PointMan has a real-time connection, as you saw, into Transparent Earth, which is our cloud-based web portal. So this allows you to see information captured in the field in real time in the office, which is way ahead of its time, and a lot of the workflows can be simplified and made more efficient, where you're collecting more than just a paint mark on the ground. You're collecting digital information that can be used to make intelligent business decisions. So with that, I'll hand it off to John Green, who will announce part 2 of our series, Next Gen Locates, for QAing and reporting on your data.
Thanks, Ben. Like you said, we're going to be doing a follow-up webinar, which is going to be more of our desktop management suite of Transparent Earth. First of all, I'd like to say thank you for coming. And it is quite apparent that we aren't YouTube celebrities, so we don't expect you to get the best impression from this webinar alone, but we'd love to have you guys come see us at CGA. We're going to be there at booth 604. So come and you can meet all of us in person. We'd love to speak with you more about what our product can do down at that event. We also will be having a raffle giveaway of some equipment. So look forward to seeing everyone there. Like I said, the next webinar will be hosted mostly by Dan Colby, who is more of our expert on Transparent Earth. So look forward to seeing your RSVPs for that. Any questions, you can always reach out to us, and we will be contacting you after this webinar for follow-up. So I did see a question roll by. Doug Beck, you asked about using the tool
in areas of poor cell coverage. So I'm going to let Ben a little bit about the offline features of PointMan and how that works with our product.
Thanks, John. So yes, to answer your question, PointMan is designed to work both online and offline. So within the PointMan application, you have a menu that will allow you to go offline, so to speak, in the office before you leave, because what you want to do is download your base maps, your forms, your features, whether that be points, lines, polygons, photos, things like that would cache directly to your device, and you'd be able to go out and work in the field. Now, everything that's captured on the device while you're offline is stored locally. And so when you come back in the office, the idea is to tap the button to go back online, and everything that you did for that day will sync back into the Transparent Earth system. We've got another question from Warren. How does it work with urban canyons? So right now we are working to integrate robotics such as the Trimble Total Stations. And so that those kind of workflows where you may be getting poor satellite reception would work in PointMan as well. Are there any other questions in the chat right now? We'll give a few minutes for those to come through. Again, I want to thank everybody for coming to this webinar. We're very excited to be at CGA. We've got some incredible products. We didn't have a whole lot of time to show you today, but we will have more than enough time to sit and speak with each of you during the conference itself. So it doesn't look like we have any other questions. So I want to thank you again for coming, and we'll look forward to part 2 with Dan Colby. He'll be going over the Transparent Earth, or the TE side of things, which is our enterprise grade web portal system. We're hosted in the Microsoft Azure cloud, and the data syncs back and forth between the cloud and the mobile. And so we'll look forward to that, as well as seeing you at CGA. Sean?
Yeah, again, thank you everyone for coming. Thank you to ProStar GeoCorp, and we look forward to working with you guys in the future.
Thank you again, everybody. We'll go ahead and sign off here, and we'll see you at CGA.